Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. As we can see clearly, GJ played out as anticipated. On the break of this low, I expected sell. I gave different scenarios. You have to watch the forecast that was given yesterday. I gave different scenarios. One of them was that price was somewhere around here. That if this goes up and break this low, we'll take sell. If it retraces deeper, what are we going to do? We will anticipate sell. I gave a forecast like this, but this was an area of interest that if price breaks this high, we were anticipating deeper retracement. Fortunately, price did not break this high. So price played that beautifully, hit the TP as anticipated again. Okay. While for today, I'm looking for sales below this zone. This is my zone of interest. I'm looking for sales below this zone. Stop loss here, sell here, TP. First of all, one arrow. Okay, at this point we can close 80% and see what the remaining 20% to play out. Once it reaches here, then you close 80%, then keep observing if price will have a deep retracement to here before dropping further. So that is for GJ. Let's look at what gold will give us today. Gold. Okay. Yeah. For gold, I am looking for, at the moment, I'll be looking for sales below here. So far as price did not break this our zone of interest, I'll be looking for sell below here. Stop loss somewhere around here, but it depends on if price has done this. If price fails to make a high, breaks the low, I'll be taking sell from here with stop loss then above this, or that is for aggressive stop loss, or sell below here, stop loss on the high here. So this stop loss will be here, sell entry will be here, sell entry, then TP will be first of all retest of this low. But you see this zone here, this place, this is a zone of interest as well. So safer sells will be below here, which is why I placed a sell stop here. Safer sells will be below here. But if you want to take sell here, then you should be anticipating to manage your trade or be very watchful what price will do here. If price reaches here, let's do it this way. If price does like this, fail to break higher, comes back to, let's say, something like this, comes back like this, retest, and fails to break this low, then you should be thinking of managing your position. But if it breaks this low, then that is Chabella, price will continue dipping further. So that is what I'm looking at on gold. Then apart from gold, what else do we have? As you can see, price played that beautifully. Yesterday, I suggested or I advised that do not take a sell in the Asian session. And as you can see, price broke this high in the Asian session rather. And I advise do not take a sell on the open of the market. Wait for price to give some retracement. Then if it breaks the high again, you take a buy. I advise do not take a buy rather at the Asian session. Wait for price to dip. Then on the break of the high, take a buy. As I noticed how price as in retraced. This is the counter trend I'm telling you about. Price retraced, gave a weaker retracement. We are supposed to be anticipating more buys, but this is what we notice from here. Price pumped aggressively, started showing weakness, dropped aggressively, started showing weakness on the side of the buyers, which is weaker than the sellers. You understand? Which is indicating more bearish drop. And since from here to here is clean traffic, we'll be anticipating price to drop further. And I noticed that once this candle broke and closed below this zone of interest here, I was anticipating price to do what? Dip further. So at 1 arrow, 80% was closed and the runner was left dipping. So in this situation now, we are looking for if price would make this high, drop, retest it, fail to break this high, then we'll look for more sells. So this is what I'm looking at in a nutshell. Price should not break this zone of interest. If it does, then it will make what? Deeper retracement. And secondly, if price is dropping in the direction we anticipate, we should be careful of this zone again, because price could drop and fail. If it fails to break below here, it could turn upwards. So be careful of this support here, be careful of this resistance zone here. This is the supply zone. Be careful of these two areas. This is weaker than this one here. This is the major sells, this is the counter trend buys. So at the moment the counter trend buys is playing out. So if it breaks this our gray zone, then we are expecting more buys. If it fails to break and comes down and breaks this low, we are anticipating what? More sells. So for gold, I'm on the side of sells if price breaks this low. I'm on the side of buys if price breaks this high. It's as simple as that. Okay, what do we have next? What do we have next? Okay, what is on our list is Bitcoin. Bitcoin. As you can see, let's go to the daily chart. As you can see, this forecast was done weeks ago that we'll be looking for sales because we were in the what? Sellers domain. Whatever occurred here was a counter trend buys, and I put a forecast that on the break of this high we'll be anticipating more buys, on the break of this low we'll be anticipating more sells, and I was in favor of the sales. And what happened? Voila, price dropped even further. So we took our 1 arrow, closed 80%, and at the moment runner is still giving us more profit, but I'm still gauging momentum of the price. So but today what we are looking at is this. So the Bitcoin trade played out very well. That's what I'm trying to say. So for today, this is what I'm looking at. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, for Bitcoin, now I'm going to change this to this point. Okay, so on the break of this low, we stop loss here. So far as price doesn't print a new higher high, this is the counter trend buys. So I want price to go high, fail to break this high, then breach this break of bullish structure and continue dipping. So this is what I'm looking at the moment. This is what I'm looking out for. So let's say something like this. Yeah, perfect. 1:1. So for Bitcoin, I'm looking out for sales. This is scenario 1. If price breaks this high, I'm looking for buys. So this is scenario 1. This is scenario 2. Okay. Well, I'm on the side of sales more than on the side of buys. So if you want to take sell, my sell will be below here. If price breaks this low, I'm expecting more sales, while my buy will be above this zone. So that is all I have for you. Trade responsibly and use proper risk management. I always advise 1% of your total capital to be on the safe side. Okay? Peace. Don't forget, if you have any question, feel free to ask on the channel, and don't forget to subscribe. Peace.